apparently just sitting in front of our computers and doing nothing anyways. Hi,
Yeah,
guys.
and we'll respond back. We're not bitches.
I do. I don't know about her, but I do. Welcome to Marketing Beat. I am Ameet. I need to stop doing that. I can't hold it. I've got about 9 years of experience in pay-per-click advertising, and this is my co-host.
I am Beverley Theresa. It's not as funny as Ameet and Marketing Beat, but I'm a social media consultant. I help businesses step up their game on social media, and I really like the color black. It's like, so I'm like doing like personal piece to myself every time I introduce myself.
More human.
Yeah.
For sure. I get it. I get it. So today we're actually going to be talking about things not to do on social media. Let's, where do we want to begin? There's so many things. Let's start with the responses that we got on Twitter in regards to yeah.
Do you want me to go over some of them?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, so really a summary of the responses was anything on unauthentic, not authentic, that's meant to pretend or to be authentic. So we got messages like Chris Kohanik at Corpulent Chris, who's on here right now. Yo, Instagram contest. Yes, I will follow you and comment a friend and like your post, but adding your stuff to my feed or even stories is too much to ask. Don't do this. Also, making 2+ steps is also too much. So making contests, like unless it's actually worth something, like I would probably do this for a new gaming computer or something of high worth to me. But if it's like, you have to do this, this, and this in order to enter the contest, I'm probably not going to do it if it's for like a $10 gift card or something. So you want to make sure what you're asking is equal to the amount of effort that someone would go through for the prize. Irrelevant comments on photos for falsely inflated engagement. That's from Trashy Babe. That's like the best username ever. Yeah, so irrelevant comments. So it's probably talking about robot comments. So you can use tools to automate your comments on people's posts. So if they hashtagged, for example, hashtag YEGBiz or Edmonton Biz, you can auto comment this. Do you know what you remember like a company does this in Edmonton?
Oh yeah, every single time on almost all my photos.
Yeah, if you hashtag YEGBiz, it's guaranteed almost that you'll get this. I don't know if they still do it, but yeah, and it's like, well, what if I was talking about my dead dog or something? I don't have a dog. What if I was talking about my dead dog and how the funeral home did a great job cremating it, and then hashtag YEGBiz, and then they commented with this, and it's like, what does that mean? Are you supporting that my dog is dead? So you really want to be careful when you're automating comments, and I would say just stay away from it in general. Like I'm all for automation tools. I'm all for like tools that will help you find your ideal client on social, but you don't want to do automated comments just because you can get in so much trouble from it. And I've done presentations in the past that threw shade at some people, and I think they kind of learned their lesson in general anyway from running into this issue. Automatic DMs. So I haven't gotten a lot of them on Twitter. I think maybe Twitter's clamping down on them. Ameet, have you gotten an automated DM being like, thanks for following me on Twitter in a while?
No, it's been a really long time actually.
Yeah. So I think Twitter actually is cracking down on that shit, which is really great. Because it was like immediately if I got a DM right when I hit follow, I would just unfollow that person. Even if it was someone that I was interested in talking to and engaging with on Twitter, I would just unfollow them because it's like, you know what, like this is a shitty way for you to greet me. It's even worse when you get automated. I don't know if it's actually automated or it's just people thinking that they should be doing things like this. But when you link up with them on LinkedIn, you connect with them, they send you a message and then they try to sell you. So you have to think about social media as how you would act in person. So if I'm just meeting Ameet for the first time, and I'm like, hey Ameet, hire me for social media services, you'd be like, whoa bitch, like who the fuck are you first? And like, why are you just like pitching me right away? Don't you want to get to know who I am? So instead, like think about it, how you would approach someone in person. You'd connect with them, get to know them, massage their ego a little bit, and then maybe pitch them after they're comfortable with you and you're comfortable with them. So again, not like you can't automate these authentic things or copy and paste to sound authentic, because people can see right through it. Like, we're not dumb. I don't know if you think we're dumb enough to actually think that you customized a message to me. It's like that girl who worked for a World Financial Group and she sent the same message to everyone, and I have a bunch of screenshots that people sent me from her that say the same things. I'm going to do a blog post about it, but stop auto-commenting things and stop pitching sales right when you connect with someone. And then Keynes said, I agree 100%. Auto DMs instantly make me hate your company. And the original tweet about auto DMs was from Katie Ingram. You get the point. Fucking stop auto commenting and DMing people because it's not authentic. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
Next, I want to talk about follow, unfollow. So people are like, follow, unfollow, that sucks. I hate when people do it. I'm like, but we all fucking do it. Like, just admit it. You watch who unfollows you and then you unfollow them. It's a shitty way to grow your audience, but Agora polls prove that actually, like, they grew their audience at a higher rate, and they grew their engagement at a higher rate, and traffic to their website at a higher rate because they did the unfollow thing. So they used a tool to do it. Basically, you put in what hashtags you want to follow or what hashtags people are posting about, and then you can like a couple of their pictures and then follow them. And you can usually tell when people are using a bot because it's immediately like one photo they liked, and it doesn't have to be your latest photo. It could be a photo from like years ago or something, or even like weeks ago. And so they'll like that photo, and then you'll get a notification saying they followed you. That's usually an indicator that they're using a tool. I don't really care if people use a tool like that, but usually you can tell by their ratio of followers versus following. And I'm like, this person is just going to unfollow me later if I follow them back anyway, so I'm not going to follow them. And they don't do anything for my feed. And it's funny because I get a lot of social media people adding me to their feed using these tools and tactics, but it's like, don't you want to actually reach business people who own small businesses that don't do social media? Because wouldn't your whole point be finding businesses who don't have help in social media and then pitching to them or offering them your service instead of finding other social media people? I don't know. Does that make sense?
It does. What is the logic of having a large following also aid in getting those clients?
I mean, yeah, but I'd rather have a qualified following of like real people. And I'm not one of those people, like, I'll follow you, and if you don't follow me back, like, I check to see who unfollows me, and sometimes it hurts a little because my friends will unfollow me, and I'm like, you fucking bitches, and then I'll unfollow them back and be like, in your face. But, I mean, having a large following does add legitimacy to you, but usually people can tell that, hey, your followers are fake because you have 1 million followers but only 100 likes or no comments on your page. Is that what you're saying? Or does that answer?
Yeah, I think a lot of people put a lot more weight into the number of people that they have following them versus engagement rates. And I think a lot of brands have bought into, hey, this person has 50,000 followers, so that's fine. But then they don't bother delving into it and looking at how many people are actually liking the photos, how many people are actually commenting on them.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of companies fall on that side in terms of like the influencer marketing side of things. Or even when they're hiring a social media company, they don't be looking at those other aspects of it.
No, that's a good point. And like for me, I've been on social for like ever. Like Twitter, I've been on for like over 10 years, and I only have like close to 5,000 followers, while other people have like 20 million. And I'm just like, I don't really like, I don't go out of my way to get followers. But if someone was like, oh, she only has 5,000 followers on Twitter, we're not going to hire her, I'd be like, okay, bye. Like, I didn't want to work with you in the first place then. Like, if you're going to judge me on how many followers I have, if you want me to do your social media, like, I don't fucking care. Don't work with me. Is that mean?
No.
Just being honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Next would be auto cross-posting from Instagram to Twitter, or auto cross-posting from anywhere to somewhere else. Because if you think about the way people use social media, they use all these platforms differently. So on Instagram, they're consuming photos, really great, like those flat lays and fashion and like all these other things, and they're expecting to see great photos. And then on LinkedIn, it's more professional, talking about your industry, news, business related things. And then Twitter, it's kind of like a shit show. Well, mine is. So you want to make sure that you're tailoring how you're speaking to your audience and what kind of content you're sharing with them. So everything that I share on Twitter doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to share it on my Facebook page or on LinkedIn. It's just mostly for my Twitter audience. Like, and I act like a fool on Twitter, but I'm not going to go on LinkedIn and like act the same way, because LinkedIn is a professional network. So when you're auto cross-posting content, you're not even taking into consideration about how your audience uses each platform differently, and it looks fucking ugly. Like, just to be honest, when you auto post from Instagram to Twitter, you still get all those dots from you like trying to push down the hashtags, and then you get all these hashtags that aren't relevant on Twitter, that people aren't searching for, because that's more of like Instagram hashtag, or like people don't care about hashtag Revlon on Twitter. They're probably like looking up hashtag makeup or something. I don't know. But like, and it just looks ugly, and it looks like you're fucking lazy. Like, just take the time and post things organically and take into consideration who your audience is.
Totally fair. I think that's a valid point.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, there's some times when it's okay if you're using a scheduling tool, and you can post the same thing across everything using a scheduling tool. Sometimes it's fine. Like yesterday, I posted my United Nations picture with saying like, oh my God, I got to work with United Nations, blah, blah, blah. And I shared it to Instagram, or I shared it to Facebook, and I shared it to LinkedIn, and I had it go out at the same time, because literally I don't really give a shit for my own brand, but also the caption, I probably would have wrote the same thing across both, but it doesn't look like you can customize the message for each, but it looks exactly the same. But you'll notice, like, I didn't use hashtags, I didn't add any accounts or anything like that, so it looks like I organically posted it.
What about what about brands that use like stock images and stuff like that?
Can I throw up a little bit? So Avery, I think it was Avery.
It was Avery.
Good comment. Can you read it? I can't find it.
Avery said, post images to Instagram that have no business being on Instagram, e.g. too much text, shitty stock photos, grainy photos that aren't nice to look at.
Yes, exactly. Because people go on Instagram to look at really nice photos or watch videos. So when you're posting, just like, here's a photo with giant pieces of text on it, or here's a photo that our graphic designer made and it has little text because it's talking about an event, and here's all this information in a little box over here. No, it's fucking like so annoying seeing that shit, because I go on Instagram to look at photos, to watch videos of my friends, and when brands can get creative, I'll sit there and watch one of their videos. But if you're doing social media for business and you're posting the same shit that you're posting across all of the other accounts, like on Facebook and things like that, what's the point of Instagram if you're just going to share the same shit? So I've seen accounts where it's like, you can totally tell when someone shitty takes it over, because it's just very nice photos, like really cool, like, oh neat, I want to stay at this hotel, or I want to eat at this place. And then all of a sudden it shifts into this fucking like gong show of random stock photos of not even food that they have at the restaurant or whatever, and then stuff with text all over them. And it's like, why do I care anymore about this account? So usually I just unfollow them. But yeah, that's my little rant. This whole thing is a little ranty. I'm sorry.
The last, I'm sure you've got more, but the last one I'm thinking about is basically having a feed that's just like self-promotion.
Oh my God, sales feed. Like, what the fuck's the point of social media if all you're gonna do is push your sales? So I always feel like a robot saying this, but social media is about creating relationships and connecting with your audience. So if you're just sending out sales messages, you're not doing either of those. All you're doing is treating social media like a broadcasting tool, and you're not providing any value. Like, yeah, maybe it's cool that your store is having 50% off, but I don't need to see it 10 times in my feed and that's all you talk about, your store, your store, your store. Like, I'm pretty egocentric, so how does that help me? Like, post something that speaks to me directly as a customer. Can you read it? Or did he say exactly what I said?
Their entire feed is an ad, meaning every post is half price this, calm down tonight, boring, no personality, the opposite of how to use social.
Yeah. And you'll see residential realtors are fucking like a gold mine for this type of content, because all they'll do is post MLS listing after MLS listing, and they won't even like upload a photo of the actual property. They'll just do like an MLS listing link, and you're like, okay, so I could just go on MLS and find this information. Why should I even follow you? So if that was your last one, Ameet, I want to talk really quickly about ignoring comments, tweets, and like customer service problems or comments. I hate it. Like, I fucking love brands when they write back to me, and it's even if it's something stupid. Like, I always like talk with 7-Eleven Canada on Twitter. If you follow me, I'm like a big fan of 7-Eleven and Slurpee Canada, and I love them because they write back. So I'll go out of my way to fucking drive to 7-Eleven versus Circle K or whatever it's called now, or Max, to get an actual Slurpee, not a Froster, because I'm like, I'm going to tweet this at Slurpee Canada because we're BFFs now on Twitter. And I just like when brands write back, because it makes you feel like they don't think they're too good for you, that they're listening to what you're saying. And most of the time, if someone's complaining on social media about something, they just want their challenge or their pain or their challenge to be acknowledged by you as a company. Like, they're not actually expecting you to go out of your way and send them like free shit, but which would be nice. But usually it's just like, so sorry to hear that. Slide into our DMs and let me know how we can fix that for you, or something like that. It's just like, hey, acknowledge that I'm having a shitty experience and do something about it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So does anyone have questions? No?
Yeah, or anything that I missed?
Yeah.
Just to summarize really quickly, be authentic, be legit, actually engage with people, stop auto-cross posting your shit, start posting actual photos on Instagram, make your contests actually equal, like the ask that you're asking people to do, make it equal to what you're giving away. So don't ask for like 10 things if all you're doing is giving away a $5 gift card. And make sure you engage with people and not ignore them on social.
We'll be talking about single keyword ad groups next week, and I realized that it might be a shorter topic, so I'll be talking about keyword match types at the same time, just to do a little bit of education, I guess. So if you have any questions in terms of single keyword ad groups or match types in general, you can slide into my DM.
I was already doing the dance.
Our lives happen every Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. MST on Wednesdays. Make sure you follow both of us on Instagram so you can get notified when we go live. If you have any questions in regards to social media faux pas, slide into Beverly's DMs. Edited down versions of our Instagram lives on YouTube, actually on our Marketing Beat channel. And that's linked in our bio. So make sure you subscribe and watch them and leave comments and do all those great things for us. And yeah, connect with us on social media and in between all the shows and all of that stuff, because we're here and we're not apparently just sitting in front of our computers and doing nothing anyways. Hi,
Yeah,
Pat.
and we'll respond back. We're not bitches.
I do. I don't know about her, but I do.
I responded back to everyone who commented this.
Yeah, I have like 24 notifications too.
Whatever. Don't follow me.
If anyone has any questions about social media faux pas, direct them to Beverly. If anybody has any comments on single keyword ad group or match types in general, send them to me. If not, we will see you on Twitter and Instagram all week long. Bye.
Bye. So my new goal for 2019, well, the remainder of 2019 is to do a semi-daily vlog or a vlog where it's kind of just for me. I talk about like real life social media, how it is for real, because it's not like glamorous, like legit, you're just sitting in front of a computer or you're going to events and all you do is sit on your phone. So I'm going to be showing the back end of social media life. And you know me, it'll be full of awkwardness. Yep.